Welcome to the Industry Show. I'm your host, Nitin Bajaj, and joining me today is Trez Ibrahim. Trez, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure is all ours. So let's start with who is Trez?
So who am I? That's a big question. I'm a child of immigrant parents. I was born in Egypt, and my parents came to the United States when I was really young, and they came for freedom and opportunity. So I think that pretty much defines me because I was raised in a family of dreamers and people who taught me to reach for the stars because there was so much opportunity here, whereas in Egypt, there was so many limitations. So I'm an immigrant. I'm a dreamer. I am resilient, I would say, because I've had incredible challenges over my life.
Mhm.
And all of this has inspired me to find answers to life. How does life work? How do we get to the stars if we're reaching for them? And from those challenges and from that learning, I've been able to inspire and coach and teach and train thousands of people over my lifetime, and really take people with me on the journey and help them reach massive levels of success.
That's awesome. And that sounds like a true entrepreneur. So curious to hear more about what do you do for a living? I mean, you kind of hinted at it a little bit, but if you can share more details. And what we love to hear more about is, there's obviously the size and scale of operations, but what's the impact a
Yeah.
person, a team has been able to create for the community? So please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the founder of Life Mastery Solution and TI International Training and Education. I used to call myself a life mastery strategist because I don't believe you can truly be happy unless you're living at a 10 in every area of your life.
Mhm.
So you're in a career that gives you an opportunity to serve, that makes you jump out of bed because it's what you love doing, that you make money to support your lifestyle. You actually have free time to enjoy your life, and
Mhm.
you have incredible relationships to share your life with, and the optimal health to get through your day. So really living at a 10 in all those areas. And with TI International Training and Education, I'm able to take that and really impact thousands of people all over the world. And so I work one-on-one with clients. Obviously, I'm limited in time, so I can only take a handful of clients at a time, where I coach them specifically on what their goal is and what they desire, and helping them to step into the possibility in their life. So you can kind of say I'm a business and personal coach. I also do trainings. I have workshops. I have a number of online programs. I do a lot of free content where I just want everything out there, um, that gives people hope, that gives people direction to start to dream big and to change their life. With TI International, I do have a team of coaches now so that my impact can be magnified
Mhm.
exponentially around the world. My impact is already, worldwide. I have clients all over. I've spoken all over, so I'm a speaker as well. I've done training all over the world, and we're just here to change lives, to help people step into possibilities, to believe in possibilities, turn them into probabilities by taking the right steps and doing the right things, and turn them into inevitabilities, which where they can actually create the results in their life that they desire.
I love that possibility to probability to making it invincible. And the way you are increasing that impact and magnifying it is, I believe you also have a book that's going to get in the hands of a lot of people here soon.
I do, I do. I'm proud to say it's a best-selling book. Can I show it? I just happen to have
Please.
it here.
Yeah.
It's The Modern Woman: Discover
Mhm.
Your Inner Sweet, Sexy, Badass Queen. And I'm very proud of this because I've been writing this for a while. And it's really a handbook for successful women on
Mhm.
how to have the and do it all. Because I'll tell you, most successful women have failed marriages.
Mhm.
And most young women that are driven feel like they have to choose between career and family. And I teach people how to do both. Um, while feeling energized, rejuvenated, and fulfilled rather than exhausted and depleted, which is how most women end their days, because they're taking on so many roles. And here they can be successful and also feel in touch with their femininity. So that's it, best-selling, and I've been speaking a lot about it and on podcasts, so very proud of that.
That's awesome. Congratulations again.
Thank
And,
you.
I do feel left out a little bit. Like the things you mentioned, how do you be a 10 in all aspects of your life can and does feel exhausting and feels very demanding and challenging. And I don't know if because of that, people say, well, I don't want to be a 10. I'm just going to live with what I have the means to achieve because I don't want to deal with all that stress and pressure. So,
Yeah, I will tell you, most people do fall into that trap because they think it's work and effort.
yes.
And what I teach them to do is how to do it seamlessly without, so you're using energy versus effort. Because I'll tell you, if you have a dream and you don't go for it, I truly believe that an unlived life is not benign.
Yes.
It metastasizes and it will make you sick or depressed, or things will stop working. So there are ways of taking care of yourself so that you create that dance between driving hard at work and taking care of yourself and finding time for your family. So it is a skill, and that's why my clients come to me, is to learn how to maneuver through that versus just pushing and forcing through. I don't believe that that's going to end in burnout for men and for women.
Yes, I agree. Now, as someone who has figured out pretty much all aspects of life, I'm curious to hear what's the one big challenge you're facing?
I would say I came into this world, and even as a young child, I wanted to change the world. So I would say the big challenge I have is really making the big impact that I desire to make. I've worked with thousands over the years. I want to reach millions. I want to work with world leaders. I want to be connected to the thought leaders that are making the big decisions, and hopefully get in their mind so that they are making the decisions ethically and with consideration to what's the highest good for everyone. And also teaching people how to believe in themselves. So I would say my biggest challenge is, I still have that big goal. I want to reach millions. And we're working on it one by
I love
one.
it. Yeah, we have to dream big. So
Absolutely.
now on the flip side of challenges come opportunities, and I would love to hear what's the most exciting one you're targeting.
Oh gosh, the most exciting thing I am working on right now is I would say building this robust team, this international team of trainers to take what I do and again exponentially make that impact in the world. We're doing youth development programs, which is really exciting. We're working with entrepreneurs, which is another branch of this. We're working with people who are starting businesses and scaling their businesses, working with women who successful women who want a better quality of life. So there's so many branches, and I would say building that team, that robust, powerful team that can expand the impact, is probably the most exciting opportunity I have right now. And gosh, I was gonna say I can't even imagine what things are going to look like 3 years from now, but I can imagine it because that's what I do. Just I picture it and I get excited thinking about it.
That is so cool. And I'm really excited and looking forward to some of those updates coming to life here pretty soon.
Yes, thank
Now,
you.
as we look forward, I want to take a moment to look back in the rearview mirror and talk about two instances in your life, in your career. One that exceeded your own expectations and became a success beyond your imagination, and the other that did not work out as you had expected and was a failure, became a lesson.
Yeah. Well, I would say the win for me, the big accomplishment is probably this book. I mean, we managed to get, I don't even know how many pages. 248 pages. And it was really just decades, decades of work, and growing and rewriting, and because life changes, right? And I'm different and I'm growing. So I would say getting this out into the world, seeing the impact it's already making, where women are like, oh my God, we need this. We've been waiting for something like this. Thank you for the answers. And also hitting bestseller. Big accomplishment. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that.
Again,
As far
congrats. You
as
should be.
failure, what's
Yeah.
that?
I said, congratulations. You should be.
Thank you. Thank you. As far as failure, the one that it comes to mind is years ago, I had this dream of opening up a wine bar. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those where I was teaching this work about dreaming and walking my clients through the steps on believing in yourself, and then opening up to everything that is required to have this dream. And what happens in this program, in this space that I create, is things start coming to you. It's really an elegant process. So I opened up so I had this dream of this wine bar. I was sitting around, there was a period of my time where I was going to wine bars with my girlfriends, and I just thought, I just want to create a beautiful space like this, where people can come and relax and connect and just enjoy. Like, I want them to sit for hours, and enjoy great conversation. So I use the techniques I teach my clients, is you start with the dreaming, building the bridge, start building towards your dream, and then, implementing all the steps, without going into all the details. I did that for my wine bar, which turned into a restaurant. Everything was literally happening from nowhere. Like, money was falling from the sky, the right people. I had the top chef, the top sommelier, like everything was just magically happening. And because I was so excited about this, I decided to let go of my coaches, because I personally get coached. I'm a coach. I let go of my coaches. I also started to let go of my clients, because I'm like, I need to focus on this restaurant. It's kind of a big deal. Let me put this career, this part of my life, on hold. I let go of my clients. I stopped the mastermind groups that I was part of. I stopped all the personal development work that got me to the restaurant. And what happened is, after about a few months, things started not working out so well anymore. The energy wasn't high. Problems started coming. And this was all before I opened the restaurant. Well, and I ran out of money. And so I said, I've got to open it up. I opened it up, and 4 months later, we were shut down. And it was a very public failure, because the restaurant, while it was open, was we had a lot of notoriety. It was all in all the papers. We had 5-star reviews. It was a destination restaurant, very successful in the short period of time. But because I stopped doing what I needed to do to create the success, meaning I stopped the coaching, I let all the negativity get between my ears, versus before with my coaching, I stayed on that high mindset, that positive energy. And so I cried for 2 weeks, walked on the beach. And after that, I did some reflection and realized that my downfall was I stopped doing the work. And so my learning and my commitment is to never stop getting coached. I have a number of coaches that I work with. I will never be without a coach. And with my own clients, my commitment is I want a long-term relationship with them. Because once they hit a 10, that becomes the new 0. And then now they've got to reach the next level of growth. So those are 2 big learnings for me. Whereas before, even with my coaching practice, I was kind of like, let me work with you for 3 months. I taught you everything that you need. Great, go on and prosper. You got it. But life grows you. So you always need, if you're still reaching for higher levels, you always need that coaching. So that was the biggest lesson. So that was the greatest lesson for me.
Well, first off, thank you for being open, candid, and transparent. I know these are not happy moments to live through. I mean, walking on the beach may sound fun, but what's going on inside of us up here, that's a lot to process, to be able to introspect and kind of say, okay, this is what I should have changed. And but we live through these things, and what doesn't kill us make us makes us stronger. And now you're able to take those lessons and learning and share it with your clients. So that's an amazing spirit to have. So thanks again for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I'd love to cheer things up a little bit. Tell us, what do you do for fun?
Oh gosh. I love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I travel the world. I used to travel every month, but I'll be honest, it got a little bit tiring. So maybe every 2, 3 months. And I've been to incredible places. I rarely go to the same place twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I love traveling. I love being on the water.
Yeah.
I'm not a lay out on the beach type of girl, but I love being, on boats, jet skis,
Yeah.
around water, just, on the pier watching waves. To me, that's a very beautiful, peaceful, invigorating, and that gives me everything I need. So being by the water, being on the beach. And I would say the last thing that I loved, that just fills me with so much joy and happiness, is musical theater.
Mm-hmm.
I love musicals.
Yeah, those are fascinating. So much color, so much music, so much emotion. And how can you not love them?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes.
Perfect. Well, this brings us to my favorite part of the show. We call it the one-line life lessons. I'd love for you, Trez, to share a few of your life lessons with us.
Oh gosh, yes. So I would say number one is be kind. There's a great quote. I hope I don't botch this up. It says, what you do to the least of my brothers, you do unto me.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believe that we're all connected on some energetic, ethereal, unconscious way. And so when I hurt you, I'm hurting myself. When I lift you up, I'm lifting myself. So as much as I love to give and help, it's really because it brings me joy. So I would say when we're kind, we're exuding that love to other people, and we get that back. So that would be number one. Number two is be aware. We talked a lot about that, is that self-awareness is key. You have to be willing to reflect on your life, on your wins, on your failures, on your lessons, on your day, on your relationship, on your health. Being able to have that level of awareness where you can evaluate your life and ask yourself the tough questions. And from there, you can change. You can change anything. But unless you know what's in front of you, there's really no room for change. So I would say be aware. Number three is always be growing. Always be growing. We're not designed to stay stagnant. And I believe that if you're not growing, you're declining. And like I said earlier, an unlived life is not benign. When you're not, most people tiptoe to their death. They're trying to play it safe. And then they're on their deathbed and they ask, what is this all for? Versus just living fully and asking, how can I become a better version of me today than I was yesterday? That's it. Not better than anybody else, but better today. How can I be kinder today, stronger today, smarter today? I had a conversation. How can I be more eloquent the next conversation? So always be growing. I would say number four is everything is figureoutable.
Mm-hmm.
Can figure out everything. I believe wholeheartedly that there is not a problem without a solution. If there's a problem, by definition, it's waiting for a solution. If there's a challenge, by definition, it's waiting for an opportunity. And so everything is figureoutable. There's nothing that's going to stop you in your tracks. You may have to divert around it. You may have to figure some things out, but that's going to grow you. So looking at that as an opportunity for growth is amazing. So everything is figureoutable. And the last thing is dream, and dream big. I'm a big dreamer. And the world doesn't change by small dreaming, by small thinking, by playing safe. Nothing changes. The world will not become a better world unless we do dream big. So that to me is, again, reach for the stars. The worst you can do is land on the moon.
Mm-hmm. Love that, Trez. Thank you so much for sharing those one-line life lessons, but also for sharing your journey and story. Congrats again on the book and for touching so many lives in a positive way, helping people realize their dreams and to live their life to the fullest. Really appreciate the work you do along with your team, ever growing, ever expanding. and would love to bring you back on and talk about more of your successes.
Yeah, fabulous. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure again to be here and to chat with you. And I love your questions. Very, very insightful. It's making me think.
Thank you, Trez. Really appreciate it.